that happen on our project management teams. We
Yeah.
see the same analogies occur. We see with the great teams, what I call the tiger teams, we see those kinds of plays happen, and we see those kinds of teams come together and usually the challenge is not an opposing team, it's an inanimate object that's thrown at a roadblock.
That's true. I mean, the thing I once said, gee, it'd be nice to manage a project where I was not a technical expert. I could just manage the project, okay?
Yes.
On the other hand, because I would always be like, oh, you know how to do that. You know how to do drainage. You know how to do this. You do this. It's like, there aren't 5 of me, okay?
Right.
But on the other hand, if you know the technical, you can tell when someone doesn't know what they're doing.
Yes.
Okay, but also as a mentor of young engineers, so that's where my teaching comes in. You can say to the young guy, you know that day that you skipped class and you're out playing Frisbee with the girls from the art department? Here's what you're supposed to be learning, okay? Let's talk, flow in storm sewers, all right? And sit with the guy and actually show him, like, to be successful in your career. Look, you're going to be doing this for 40 years. Let me show you something, okay?
Right.
Pay attention. Bring your plans into my office at 3:30. We're going to lay them out on the drafting board. We'll go through them. I'll mark stuff up in red. You fly the calculator. We'll check slopes, inverts, make sure everything's, and then you go back and make the CAD fly and clean this up, 65% through.
And what you're doing is empowering them to feel
the other
confident
thing,
in their own work.
if you think about these chefs in New York City, okay, they're going around their kitchen making sure that the food coming out is
right.
Okay, they're managing that. They're not doing
Right.
all the cooking themselves.
No. They may take a moment on a line somewhere just for fun for a few minutes or to give somebody a break, but no, they're there managing and building the relationships with the customers, and yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. So
definitely.
It's the same thing. They go out and see the customer, go out to the table. People get, George came out and talked to us. Ooh.
Yes. Are you doing any soccer coaching now?
No. Mm-hmm.
You're all set for the moment?
Why?
No, mine aren't ready to start playing quite yet, but as soon as we're done with this pandemic, I'll let you know that yes, we may need a little league coach.
Talking about restaurants, I once said, analogy as a project manager is like a waiter in a restaurant, okay? The hostess or the maitre d' is the one that's bringing the projects in. Tables of 4, tables of 2, tables of 6, maybe a big table of 8.
Mm-hmm.
And they're assigning them in different spots, and different servers have those locations, okay? And a server's going to have somebody in the salad course, somebody in the main course, somebody in the dessert, coffee, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're not going to have everybody in the main course for that server.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And they're not all, one server's not going to have all tables of 6.
Right.
And they're also looking at the throughput of the kitchen, that the kitchen can only push so many dinners out.
Correct.
So
At one time.
You may get there and there's a table empty and you go, why can't we sit there? Well, you can sit there, but we're not going to take your order for 20 minutes.
Right.
Because the kitchen isn't going to do anything with the order for 20 minutes.
Right.
So go into the bar and have a cocktail. So that's where, when people have this virtual restaurant and they just let everybody in the door
yes.
and take an order, and then they're all sitting there going, we're hungry, we're hungry. Then you have a big mess.
Yes.
So now in my business, I can say, look, this is bigger than I want. Go talk to my friend Joey, or go talk to this person.
Right.
Okay. But that's also where, someone will take every project that comes along and they don't vet the project to find out that that goes back to my PDD. If you're a little Ithaca branch, they've got their little PDD, but we can support them. But if you're the Watertown branch, which doesn't even exist, don't try to do a PDD.
Right. It's a huge event and a huge exercise and use of resources.
Hmm.
It's definitely a really good learning for all of us to hear and to continue to hear and to repeat and to understand, because that's also where we come in as PMs and program managers and help advise. We go get those estimates, we go talk to the teams, we figure out what that level of work effort is going to be, and then we go back and say, hey, we're looking at something that's going to be a year long. Can we take a look at an iterative approach or an MVP way of getting
Right,
to the solution? And how
right.
can we do that?
Hmm.
I loved your analogy with the restaurants. Thank you so much, Larry. Thank you so much for your time. This has been an incredible, it's always a master class for me. And I've shared this with every past president, the amount of work that you have to do, or the career experience that you've had to be able to inform a presidency is tremendous as well. So thank you. We appreciate your time. Before we close, is there anything else you would like to share with the members?
No, no, my wife has been going to say, why were you talking to her so long?
Oh, I'll tell her I'm so sorry.
No,
You go ahead and
I'm a big talker too. It's not you, it's me. But
I mean,
there's a lot of content here.
there's a lot of content, and you have shared a book's worth of it for our members and our non-members and those interested in project management.